Many automakers have an interesting and lengthy past that dates back decades or even centuries. These businesses often bring back vintage models that make people nostalgic or combine traditional styles with cutting-edge technologies. For example, Ford revived the Bronco, a rugged SUV that was popular in the 1960s and 1970s. In 2020, Hyundai also brought the Tucson back to life in 2021. A little crossover that debuted in 2004. Toyota is now doing the same by bringing back the Toyota Century, an opulent car that debuted in 1967. This car seeks to challenge Rolls-Royce and establish a new benchmark for luxury in the driving world. Come see how the auto industry has been enthralled by Toyota's latest rival to Rolls-Royce. Did you know that Toyota has been offering the Century, an opulent sedan, for sale in Japan since 1967? Consider it to be even more luxurious than the Lexus nameplate, more like a Rolls-Royce, but in Japanese form. It even had a V12 engine in previous versions. The Century has only had 3 generations throughout its lengthy existence. It's a refined 4-door car with a strong foundation in traditional Japanese luxury values and Toyota's renownedly cautious approach to automotive innovation, built for chauffeur-driven experiences. For example, the first-generation Century, which lasted an amazing 30 years, kept its basic design until 1997, despite being much shorter. The second-generation model was in production for 20 years, ending in 2017. With this background information in mind, we can better appreciate how drastically different this new SUV version is from Toyota's conventional design philosophy. The present sedan will not be replaced by the brand new Century SUV, which is just the 4th generation of the Century series in 50 years. Rather, it highlights how the conventional Century 4-door today seems rather standard. The boxy headlamps, grille and general style of the SUV and the sedan, similar. But it's how they come together that gives the SUV an air of grandeur reminiscent of Rolls-Royce's iconic Cullinan SUV. The SUV gives special attention to the comfort and elegance of the passengers in the backseat, much as previous Century models did. The car's rounded and robust rear end, which has more bodywork behind the wheels than one may originally think required, is a clear example of this design concept. Remarkably, the softly curved roofline peaks only over the heads of the affluent back passengers, rather than over the SUV's center or the front seats. Furthermore, there is a noticeable difference in the level of luxury between the front and back seats. Although the rear seat feels as opulent as the cabin of a Gulfstream plane, the front seat section is excellent as well. Although it more closely resembles the high-end comfort one could associate with a Lexus, this difference stems from the historical function of the vehicle, where the driver and co-pilot comfortably handle the voyage from the front, while chauffeurs tend to the passengers in the back. What really grabbed attention when Toyota unveiled the new Century SUV was how much personalization was available to consumers. Beyond the typical options, purchasers have the fascinating chance to change important features of their Century. For example, buyers may choose to swap out the unique ultra-wide opening rear doors, which can gracefully swing out to a maximum of 75 degrees, for sliding back doors that resemble those seen on minivans. Despite being an intriguing departure from the standard, these sliding doors seem to provide a smaller escape than their swinging counterparts, which makes them unique and, some could argue, strangely appealing. Additionally, Toyota is going to launch a more aggressive gear variant of the Century SUV, which will be the first to bear the Gazoo Racing sub-brand on this chauffeur-focused car. You may be left wondering why anybody would want a livelier ride in a car meant largely for the comfort of the driver. But rather than getting too into the reasoning behind this choice, it's important to recognize the improvements and aesthetics that come with the gear treatment. The Gear Century stands out for having bigger wheels and a stylish blackout trim, which give it a very attractive look that mixes elegance and sportiness. On the road, it turns heads despite the first confusion of a sporty Century. Another interesting decision made by Toyota was to present a 4-door convertible variant of the Century during the vehicle's launch. Though this may seem out of the ordinary for a car known for its elegant appearance, it highlights the brand's dedication to providing a wide range of personalization choices. This specific convertible Century is a daring example since, historically, the only Century convertible that we are aware of belonged to the Japanese emperor. In terms of external styling, the Century SUV, both SUVs have a split tailgate, a huge grille, a towering front end, a robust C-pillar, and a boxy form. Nonetheless, the Century SUV stands out thanks to a few minute features. For example, the hood has the phoenix emblem, which is a customary symbol of Japan's royal dynasty. Its LED tail lights and headlights are also fashioned like sakura blooms, which are the national flower of Japan. The Century SUV will be offered in two variants: the conventional model and the more aggressive gray model, which is named after Toyota's motorsports company, Gazoo Racing. Black wheels, black mirrors, black logos, and a black grille give the Gros version a menacing appearance. For front passengers, the interior is a delight inside. Toyota has worked very hard to get it on par with their top-tier Lexus vehicles. This produces a cockpit with an infotainment system with a large touchscreen, a multi-tiered dashboard, and opulent trim options. The driver and the front passengers will experience a warm and sophisticated environment thanks to the interior design. The Century SUV is also impressive under the hood. It has a powerful 3.5-liter V6 plug-in hybrid engine that generates 406 horsepower. This ensures quick acceleration and gives drivers a sensation of control and power that they will love. The impressive thing about Toyota's Century SUV is that it can go up to 33 miles only on electricity, giving it a powerful but environmentally responsible option. The inventive backdoor design of the Century SUV is what sets it apart. The optional sliding rear doors are more impressive than the unquestionably opulent first-class backseat arrangement. These doors open like those on luxury minivans in the sportier Gros model, but with a style fit for chief executive officers and celebrities. Even though Rolls-Royce is known for its rear hinge doors, you'll be pleased with these sliders' elegance and practicality. The Century SUV's choice to have sliding doors is a sensible one. It makes it easier and more straightforward for passengers to enter and depart. Even in the base model, the back doors open normally, but at a remarkable 75-degree angle, making it easy for rear passengers to enter and exit while protecting their expensive clothing. Comfort for rear passengers is important in a luxury SUV, since many owners want to be driven about. The Century SUV goes above and beyond to accommodate and safeguard backseat passengers. Like the Cullinan, it has a laminated glass wall dividing the cargo area from the rear cabin. When the tailgate is opened or closed, this barrier successfully shuts out noise, dust, and temperature fluctuation. Because of this, regardless of the outside weather or the state of the road, the backseat passengers may relax in a peaceful and pleasant environment. In order to customize visibility and lighting, the rear passengers may operate a privacy curtain that is part of the partition. So when will this new car be released? The Century SUV is expected to launch at a starting price of around $170,000 in late 2023 on the Japanese market. Notably, this cost is a lot less than the Cullinan's initial price, which is around $330,000. But this cheaper price range doesn't mean that luxury or quality have been sacrificed. This car is meant to appeal to those who value a fusion of refinement and simplicity, performance and grace, and heritage and modernity. It guarantees a magnificent experience on every route. How do you feel about the Century SUV? Please feel free to express your thoughts in the space provided for comments.